Oh, there's so many yummy vegetarian options out there. You could try like lentil soup, veggie burgers, tofu stir fry. The possibilities are endless.
What if everything you've been taught about finding happiness is wrong? What if the way you're chasing it is actually the very thing making you miserable?
Good morning.
In our world today, it feels like we're always being told to be more efficient, to compete harder, to just do more. But doesn't that constant pressure sometimes leave you feeling stressed out, disconnected, and maybe even a little lonely? It's like a happiness trap, and so many of us, we just fall right into it without even realizing.
For me, this isn't just an idea. It's really personal. When I was just 2 years old, my mother left our home. And the pain of that moment, the uncertainty, well, that became the starting point for my entire journey to figure out what happiness even means.
So let me ask you, have you ever had a moment like that? A pain that truly shaped you? Something that even years later you can look back on and see it was a real turning point? I think we all carry these stories with us, and in a way, they connect all of us in the shared search for some kind of healing and joy.
So my own search led me down a completely new path. I had to hit rock bottom, really. But from there, I discovered a way forward, one that's guided by this beautiful blend of modern science and some really deep ancient Japanese wisdom. So on one hand, Western science gives us this amazing, detailed map for well-being. You can see models like the SPIRE model here. It breaks happiness down into 5 key parts: spiritual, physical, intellectual, relational, and emotional. And this map, it's incredible, it's powerful. But if we're being honest, it can also feel a little complicated, right?
And this is where the Japanese wisdom comes in. If science gives us that complex map, then Japanese wisdom offers us something much, much simpler: a compass. A wonderful researcher, Professor Takashi Maino, discovered that our sense of happiness can actually be guided by just 4 beautifully simple ideas.
So what are they? They're so simple. First, try. That's all about the joy of growing and having something to strive for. Second is thanks, that warmth you feel from connection and gratitude. Third, it's okay. That's about having that positive outlook, that resilience. And finally, number 4, be you, which is all about that freedom you get from just accepting yourself for who you are. See? You don't need to have the entire journey perfectly mapped out. Sometimes, all you really need is a compass to point you in the right direction. So, this is a beautiful idea, but how do we actually put it into practice? I want to share a little hint for happiness that you can use right now, today. This vision is what drives me every single day. It's why I created the Happiness Ranch School right here in Japan. It's a place where kids and adults too can learn that happiness is actually a skill. A place where we get to connect with nature, with animals, and with each other to practice these simple ideas together. And that brings us to your hint for today. We're going to focus on that second factor of happiness from our compass: thanks. Honestly, it's one of the most powerful and easiest tools that we have. So here's a very simple practice for you. Tonight, right before you go to sleep, just take a quiet moment. I want you to either write down or just think of 3 things from your day that you're grateful for. Seriously, it can be anything at all, big or small. Maybe it was the taste of your morning coffee, or a nice text from a friend, or just the feeling of the sun on your skin. For each one, just hold that thought for about 30 seconds and really let yourself feel the warmth of that gratitude. And that's it. That's your hint for today. Just a tiny step towards a happier you. Itterashai. Have a wonderful day.